Welcome to WTF, the only askreddit channel that will blow your mind. Like and subscribe right now to support Pepe's career as an independent musician. r/askreddit. What becomes more ducked up the longer you think about it? Is it crazy how saying sentences backwards creates backwards sentences saying how crazy it is? What? I think I need an adult. Why anything exists. And this is how one starts down the lovely road of an existential crisis. Once you get past the initial shock, existentialism is quite liberating. Owning pets. I still love them though. I've had this thought a few times. I have an animal living in my house. And I pick up her hit. I see it more as I stole this animal from its biological mother and have forced it to live with me and love me in order for it to receive food and shelter. Some people get away with unforgivable crimes because they could afford a good lawyer. Some people are punished for crimes they did not commit because they could not afford a good lawyer. This is even worse. It can be debated what someone who has committed a crime deserves. But few people would say someone who has not violated the law deserves legal punishment. The amount of chickens in the world that get consumed each day. I thought about it when seeing a portion of chicken wings in a restaurant. There were 12 wings in this one portion. That's at least 6 chickens that have died in that one dish. Consider how many of that dish the restaurant sells a day. Let's say at least 10. That's at least 60 chickens that have died just for that particular dish in that restaurant alone every day. Then think of how many other restaurants there are in your area. Then think about how many restaurants there are in the world. That's not even thinking about the amount of whole chickens that are bought to cook at home. Or chicken that is used for pet food, etc. My mind can't comprehend how many chickens must be eaten daily. And I've just blown my mind again thinking about it whilst writing this comment. If we are talking buffalo style wings, a chicken actually has 4. The drumstick portion is one part of the wing, not to be confused with the larger drumstick that comes from its leg, and the one with 2 bones is the other part of the wing. So 12 wings is 3 chickens. You can't be absolutely sure that whatever your senses tell you is reality. Not only does your brain have to interpret the world around you, but it also fills in gaps at random, whether that's what's there or not. And is essentially a major reason for a lot of car accidents. Working to get money to pay for a house and car, so you have a place to sleep and a way to get to work. Buy this car to go to work. Go to work to pay for this car. It's your Westworld loop. Freeways. We all agree to get on this big road and we have to go really fast, but not too fast, and we are all in 4-ton metal machines that can blow up. Nobody duck up. Just the fact that I pilot a 4-ton machine around is mind-blowing enough. Add in the fact that there's literally millions of other people that I don't know doing the very same thing. All with varying amounts of distraction. There are people driving right now that are only barely paying enough attention to the world around their death machine to just barely not hit anything. And I still enjoy driving. Jesus Christ, what kind of vehicles are y'all driving? 4 tons is more than your average medium duty pickup. 2.5 to 3 tons. Why am I me instead of someone else? Then you realize you are someone else to someone else's me. And maybe they're asking the same question. Edit. Whoa. This blew up. For clarification, Sonder isn't exactly what I'm referencing, though it's related I guess. It's this almost existential anxiety about why am I this 31-year-old dude stuck in traffic on 66. Instead of some 20-year-old working a cash register in another country. And then I realize there might be some 20-year-old working a till and wondering why they aren't some 31-year-old half the world away stuck in traffic. And how I could be that other person and would not have an answer because the question would remain. It's about getting stuck in the loop of questioning the nature of consciousness and trying to find purpose in the chaos of chance. Another user mentioned the short story The Egg, which delves into this a bit. The video game Soma as well. I suggest looking into both. It took me longer than I care to admit to fully realize and accept that everyone else is as wrapped up in their own head as I am. They are not all just extras and bit characters in my life's movie. They have their own life movie, and I'm an extra/bit character in this. I don't have a life movie. I just hit eat and sleep. Maybe I'm an extra in your life. They named the store Banana Republic. There's a sporting goods store in my town called Sweet Shop. Edit, it's actually a UK national chain apparently. I might be remembering incorrectly, but I believe it's owned by Sports Direct, which makes the name a bit funnier in a not very good way. Can't believe the name was chosen. Technology. Man. I'm writing this on a tiny pocket-sized computer while I'm sitting on my toilet. What the duck? Edit. Awesome. My most upvoted comment is about browsing Reddit while I take a hit. Poop strong. My friend. Without pain. Without strain. If there's a stain, find bliss by blasting it with piss. Words to live by. You're made of atoms. Somehow these atoms have arranged themselves so that they can think about their existence in this arrangement. Even more so, all we are is a relationship between a set of certain types of atoms. The atoms aren't thinking about themselves. An abstract entity formed from a relationship of physical objects is, in theory, a particularly complex grid of rocks in a desert could do the same thing. Or a computer. Or an entire universe. The atoms don't care. Only the relationship does. Or an entire universe. That one got to me. If we are literally just the cells of the universe comprising its body, what does the universe do all day? Does it have any hobbies? Does it watch TV? Does it cook? Is it bored? Is it sad? I hope it's not sad. That the alphabet's order is arbitrary. But it's an alphabetical order. Obligatory edit. Glad you liked it. Thanks. D. Quirtiuia past GHJKLZ95BN and M, now I know my QWEs. Next time won't you sing with me? Flint. Michigan is still lacking clean water. This is America. A first world country. Jesus Christ. The term first world country is one of those things that is really ducked up the more you think about it. Drinking culture. We basically go out with friends to poison ourselves until we can't even remember the memories we went out to have. And alcoholism is like sitting in your house for years on end just drinking poison over and over again until you die a slow and painful death. What the next 150 years of human existence is going to be like. I'd love to see a snapshot of all of human history from now until even just 5,000 years from now. I'm just so curious. I'm happy about when I was born though. Can't complain. Most diseases are curable. Many parasites don't exist where I live. I have easy access to food and clean water. My apt is warm in winter. I live like a king. Well, we all do depending on how far back you go. Wait until antibiotic resistance catches up with us. If you spend enough time thinking about anything in our society, at some point you will start to wonder why we do, or accept the ducked up things that we do. When I was a kid, I knew that my life goal was to become successful. But I didn't know what that really meant at all. I was taught that one day, my life will need to be successful. I was raised that way. Not only by my parents, but by school, by books, by TV, by everything. And what does success really mean? It means a lot of things. But to society, IT equals money. The corruptible mind of a child plus working hard to become successful equals X. Go to any college around the country and you might read a sign along the lines of "Welcome to college. We build futures." Why is it that I never see signs in high schools that say "Welcome to high school. We will try and find you a career you enjoy," instead of wasting your time with mostly useless information you will never use? How many of us really knew what we wanted to be after high school? Not a lot, I'm guessing. And how long were we given a chance to decide our career, our future, before we had to decide on a college? 9 months. Thank you high school. For nothing. And hello college. I don't know much about business management at all, because my high school never cared to teach me much about business as a mandated course. But of course everyone needs to learn advanced algebra, but I guess I'll devote 4 years of my life and $90,000 plus to you. When I was a kid, I thought after college, your professor would walk you over to a place of employment and help you start your career. You have completed your college degree. Now, as we promised, we will help you find a job and career that you will love. Haha. Children can be so naive. 4 years at high school plus 4 or more years at college equals a career. Never mind. 4 years at high school plus 4 or more years at college equals X. Aka go find your own damn job. Love? We learn about it early, don't we? I remember watching Disney cartoons where the prince finds his princess. They get married and live happily ever after. You will find her easily, and she will complete you. Man plus women equals happy life. Beautiful, isn't it? Too bad it couldn't be further from the truth. You will look, and you will find many women, men. If you're a girl, or whatever floats your boat. Really, many will reject you. A few will accept you. Once they accept you, many might negatively affect every aspect of you. They may cheat on you. They may yell at you. They may try and change everything about you. Enjoy the infatuation phase, because there's a damn good chance that once it's over, you two are over. The current divorce rate in America is around 48%. 1 out of every 2 marriages fail. What is wrong with us? No, seriously. What the duck is wrong with us? Why are we so in a rush to spend the rest of our lives with someone we aren't at all compatible with? Why are so many young girls reading wedding magazines and daydreaming of the perfect wedding instead of thinking about what they want in a partner? Why are so many cultures obsessed with marrying their kids off? To the point that, if you pass a certain age, you will be bombarded with "why aren't you married?" questions from every aunt, uncle, cousin, grandmother. Love is the purest, greatest thing in the world. Yet we abuse it. Take it for advantage. And desert it when it treats us poorly. You treat your spouse like shit. Guess what? Your kids are watching. What morals do you think they are growing up with? Will someone please think of the children? Man plus woman equals X. But most of you won't find X. And if you do find X, you're probably going to lose X. If you are one of the lucky ones who think they have X, by golly, hold on to it as tight as you can. You lucky sob. 14 billion years ago, the universe was created. 60 years ago, you were created. But you really weren't created then. Your creation has been taking place for 14 billion years. Everything that has happened needed to happen for your creation. Exactly the way it happened. Or you won't be here. Sounds awesome, right? Makes you feel special? Like you're meant for something great? Well then explain to me, sir. Why the asshole down the street from me is alive? Why are there murderers, rapists, pedos, and mother ducking every kind of dirty scumbag in the world alive? Their creation took 14 billion years too. They are just as special as you. Go ahead and take a look around at the strangers around you. There are more people out there doing bad than good right now. Which, in its own right, is pretty depressing. But what amplifies this fact tenfold is, the largest majority of people are neutral, not doing anything at all. Their day-to-day purpose is to make their own life better, and possibly their spouses and families. What do most people really do in a day to positively affect the people that aren't outside their little bubble of a world? Donate a couple dollars to a charity? Volunteer at a soup kitchen during the holidays to feel a sense of self-accomplishment? It took 14 billion years to create us. And this is what we are. Assholes plus genuinely good people plus people living neutral lives. 2 equals X. Do you have goals? I have goals. Have you ever reached a goal? What happens? You feel great. You achieved what you set out to achieve. And then what? You create another goal. And so on. And so forth. There is no status quo. There is no end game. Humans must evolve. There must always be a next goal. So go out there and achieve your goal. But beware. Don't celebrate your achieving too much. People might think you're gloating. And don't under-celebrate it either. People might think you don't give a hit. Celebrate it just right. And for the exact right amount of time. And then move on. That's what society tells you. Anyway, why? Why must we live like this? What happens when you have achieved everything you want in life? What if we as a human race achieve everything? What if we reach a point in our history where we have created everything, thought of every idea, and had every conversation? Is that possible? No, it's not. Haven't you been listening? There is no end game. We must evolve. That's what we do. I often look at animals and wonder how they live such happy lives when most of them don't have any goals at all. Eat, reproduce, sleep and survive. Those 4 goals drive 99.99% of the species on Earth. X, the beginning of it all, plus X, our existence now, equals X, our future. Pretty hitty formula for this one. Huh. I bet you're sitting there looking for some sort of conclusion to this. Aren't you? Where's the connections? What does it all mean? Where are we going? Where are we from? Well, I'll give you a conclusion. I got high plus I wrote this equals X. I got high plus I wrote this equals X. It's all coming together now. But seriously, you just blew my ducking mind. The most impressive thing is how someone can manage to write this whole thing and then manage to use the wrong form of their in every way. That Mickey Mouse has a dog named Pluto. Think about this for a second. Goofy is a dog as well, but he gets rights and respect. Do we ever see any other pets in that universe? The only difference between Goofy and Pluto is marginal intelligence. Mickey Mouse keeps a mentally challenged person as a pet. I have a comic somewhere where Goofy puts up mouse traps in his attic. Think about that. I would love to see this, because this. Thanks for tuning in for this WTF Red episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the one and only askreddit channel that will blow your mind every time.